I mean, you're in trouble. Somebody said that now real estate is not tech, right? Someone can say, what if, there are companies that people invested money to wait and it disappeared. Real estate is not tech. Real estate is tangible. You can touch it. You can touch the land. You can touch the house. So make sure that you're dealing with credible organization. Make sure you're dealing with companies that the owners are willing to put their face to what they are doing. Right? It's very important. There's a lot of companies. Who is the owner? You don't know. Who are the people behind it? You don't know. If issues happen, you can't even go out on social media and say, hey, I gave my money to this. These are the people behind the company, right? And we didn't see what happened again. So these are a few things you want to check. You want to also verify the history of the company. A company can come in 1 year, in 2 years, and you're putting all your assets into that company, right? How long have this company existed? What is the history of this organization? I mean, our company, you can Google us. We started 13 years ago, for example. 6 years ago, we went into real estate. So the story is there. The history is there. But unfortunately, sometimes people just hear, maybe because the company has money to do media hype. You are just seeing them everywhere. Ba, 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 ba. Everybody, But what is the story? What is the antecedent? Who are they? What have they done before? Right? How did they start their business? When you go this route, you are able to find something tangible to hold on to.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So I'm sure our listeners, our viewers will see, you will hear that there are a lot to look out for when searching for credible companies to deal with. You understand? You won't just rush and say, oh, because you're seeing this one everywhere, they are the best. No, you need to do your research. You need to make efforts, because it's your money at the end of the day, and you are trying to use your money to invest in something that will bring much more for you later. So we need to shine our eyes. Everybody have been saying, remove your glasses, remove your glasses, remove your glasses. So if I remove it like this, because okay, so sir, that will take me to the question I want to ask. So because I just said that some people, this is their hard-earned money, and they are looking, if they invest now, they want to be sure that in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or however it takes, they know that they are getting good money in return. So we want you to share some testimonies with us of people that have done this investment, they've done land banking, and they've become millionaires or billionaires today.
So there are very different stories out there. In fact, I will give us some popular people so that it's not just a story of people we may not know. Now, here's one of my students. You guys can go on YouTube. Right, this man bought. This is YouTube. This is some of us will know this estate. It's called Nikon Estate in Lekki Phase 2. Right. So this man bought this land 15 years ago for 12 million naira, and this is me and him on the same land selling it for 220 million. From 12 million to 220 million. Right, 15 years later. Right, because of time, we're not be able to play the video, but just go on YouTube, Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube. You're going to see this video with me and watch the entire, video. In fact, I remember the day we were marketing the land, some people were saying, 220 billion, how? But that's how they sell it now in Nikon. Nikon is a popularly known estate. In fact, I think that's where people like Alibaba, Top Shot, that's where they live. Big guys, right? So, but 15 years ago was when they started that estate. I think it was Chevron Cooperative. That entire place was water. In fact, this man was sharing that Keno was what they paddled to the place. It was all water. But Lekki Phase 1, Phase 2, which is why they say have some issues with flooding. That place was water. So they paddled, but the cooperative said they are going to engage PW, which indeed they were the ones that did the road, they were the ones that did a lot of the infrastructure. So the man just invested, and because it was cooperative, he was paying the money small, right? So from 12 million to 220 million in 15 years. Now, there's no investment that can give you that kind of return. There's no bank, there's no Nigeria international. You cannot turn 12 million naira to 220 million naira. Exactly, in 15 years. But that's what land banking does. And the beauty is that, again, in their own case, they did it with a credible organization, like I just mentioned. So, in 15 years, it didn't fence the line. If you check the line, it's not fenced, which is some of the advantage. Because if you do land banking with the right company, you don't need to put any more money. Once you make the initial investment, you just go and sleep. And years later, remember we said the definition of land banking, when we talked about land banking, it is actually the process of aggregating plot of land for the purpose, okay, of development or investment. Now, somebody will say, how about cryptocurrency? How many times has cryptocurrency crashed? How many people agreed, right, to leave their money when it crashed? Right? Because the day, once it start crashing, you want to rush to remove your money.
Yes.
So, and even that concern, will it come back again? Will it not come back again? You don't have that issue with land banking. You do it one time, it remains there. Now, you may say, okay, but I don't know this man. Good, I'll give you those you know. Right? Where House on the Rock is now, many of us know House on the Rock, right? Pastored by Pastor Paul Adefarasi. That place, that same place where the headquarters is, was actually acquired for 25 million naira. They used to be in VI, the church, right? But it was expensive to buy land in VI. So Pastor Paul decided to go to, then Lekki was one express road, it was thick forest. They bought this less than 10 acres. Left it for 10 years. From 25 million, by the time they were to start construction of House on the Rock, ladies and gentlemen, the value had moved from 25 million to 3 billion naira. Yes. 25 million to 3 billion. Yeah. So, and this, the video is there. You can even ask House on the Rock members. They know the story. From 25 million to 3 billion in 10 years. So, and again, and this is why I love to do trainings like this, because these are information that only few people know. A lot of people don't know these things. They don't know. In fact, that's why sometimes you hear people are rich, you hear people become, you don't even know the story. You don't know the story. You don't know what they did. And many of us just continue this circle, this rat race. But the truth is that you can fall off a ladder by accident, but you don't climb one by accident. If you will be rich, there is a process, except you want to do illegitimate model. If you want to become legitimately wealthy, there are processes that are viable, that are verified, that people have used. And many have used it. In fact, many that you know, look at Professor Oleshoenka, for example, where he lives in Abeokuta. Go and ask him when he bought that land, how much it was. Go and ask him now the value of that property. Many of the people will know. The same thing with Tunde Kilani, where his institute is in Abeokuta. Several great people, the way they built wealth was that they decided and say, as this money is coming small, because I'm worried for our generation, which was one of the reasons why I'm happy that you are hosting this. And I hope we can do more of this, because if our generation is not careful, right? If our generation is not careful, we will become paupers at the end, because we are not investing. We are not investing. We are
just using it as you like.
All we are doing is freaky accounts.
I just sent you 500,000, sir.
I just sent you 500,000. and the ladies who are here, it's high time you start telling your boyfriend, freaky me a house. No more freaky Mark. Freaky a house.
Land.
Freaky me a land. Freaky me a land. Because we have to face the reality here. This car that you are buying, do you know that if you buy a car right now, I have a show called Investment Chart in a Rolls Royce.
Yes.
If you buy a Rolls Royce car today, right, and you drive it out of, the dealer shop, and you return it the same day, not the next day, the same day, do you know the value has depreciated by 25%? Yeah. You buy a car today,
yes,
and you from a dealer, the same dealer, not another dealer,
you take
and
it back.
you return it back again and say, I'm not buying again. If they are to return your money, it's less 25%. But when it comes to land, you buy land today, 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, the value keeps going higher and higher and higher. And for me, this is what we need to begin to encourage our generation to say, start investing. When I started my own story, it was important to share. I started business with 1,000 naira, right? 13 years ago. Today, we've built a multi-billion naira empire. We have office now in Dubai, we have in the UK, we have in the US, we have different offices in Nigeria as well, right? But we got here by when my mate, I remember my first car, Forerunner, my mate used to just laugh at me, like this guy. But what was that? I was buying land. I was investing. If I used to live in Songwater, and my office was in Ikeja. One day I remember taking Molue to work, and someone was saying, "You call yourself CEO? I saw you inside Molue. Oga CEO, Molue, which is yes CEO." But those years I was investing. Today now the story has changed. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm trying to. Some people have been asking in the comment section, which handle they can follow, which handle they can reach you on. I'm trying to write that out so I can pin that while we take. I want to ask your permission if we can take 1 or 2 questions from the people listening to us, because they say they want to ask questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, sir. So one question that I saw while I'm writing out the details, I want you to help us answer this one, sir. While I'm writing out the details, one question I saw is that. So, sir, are you saying that we should not buy car? That is car not a necessity?
No. A car is not an asset except you are using it for Uber. Even a house, the house that you buy to live in is not an asset, except that house is being rented out. And it's important to understand what one of the biggest mistakes most of us make is that we don't understand the concept of asset and liability.
Yes.
So a car that is not generated, for example, and that's why you should also not compare yourself with wealthy people. Right? A lot of people who have Rolls Royce, for example, they rent it out. So they rent it out. So when people are doing wedding, when they are doing some of these things, they rent it out, they are still able to make money. So the issue is, if you are buying a car, how is that car generating more money? So a car that is not generating more income is a liability. A house that you buy, that you live in, you see some people say, I build my house with 500 billion naira, with a chemical billion. Is that car generating more money? To even maintain that house, you still need to spend more money to maintain the house. But when you buy a house and you rent it out, now that is an income producing asset. That's an income producing investment. So at that point, yes, we say correct. So if I buy a car now and I'm using it for Airbnb, that's an asset. However, am I saying don't chop life? No. Rich people, what do? They only spend the 3rd generation of their investment. The 3rd generation.
Can you explain that?
Yes. So I explained that. And some people are saying, I started business with 1,000 naira. How possible is that? Well, I started as a bulk SMS company. Right? If you know what bulk SMS is, we were some of the first companies in Nigeria that started bulk SMS. Right? It was 6 years ago. We then went into real estate. Of course, by that time, we were already running into hundreds of millions. But when we started, it was also a small company. It wasn't even into real estate. So it's important that you know. But you can Google my story. Punch, a lot of leading newspapers carry my story, so you can read how I started. That shouldn't distract us. But in terms of 3rd generation income, what we mean is that let's assume Macaroni made 10 million naira now from a deal, right? He decided. So instead of spending that, instead of freaking people's accounts with that 10 million,
Yes,
right? He decided to say, I will buy a land. That's what we're saying. He said, so I'll buy a land with that 10 million. Now he bought a land with 10 million, left it for 5 years. 5 years later, the land he bought for 10 million, guess what? The value is now what? 100 million. Right? He sells half of that land. Let's assume maybe that 10 million got him 2 plots. He sells 1 plot for 50 million. Use the 50 million to what? To build, let's say, 5 units of, 2 bedroom.
Okay.
That's what we are talking about now. And then the rental income from that 2 bedroom becomes the what? The second generation. Remember, the first generation income is that the money, the value of the land when he sold one of the plots. That's the first generation.
Yes.
When he now use that 50 million to build and rent it out and get rent, that becomes second generation. If you now still use that rent, add more money to it, buy another plot of land, build another set of flats, rent it out again, the rent that comes from that become third generation. So all these very rich people, what they do is that kind of money from the third house, rental money, what tenant is paying, that's the one you start freaking people's account. Buy car, pleasure, do what he feels like. You that you do not know this, you want to compare yourself with him. You don't know how many investment he has. You don't understand the various income that is coming in.
Yes.
So that's why we said smart investors they only spend the third generation of their money, not the first.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Okay, sir. I want to ask another question. So some people have been asking that now, okay, what of me that I'm earning so amount per month? Okay, let's say someone is earning 100,000 per month, or even 50,000, between 50,000 and 100,000 per month. How can the person invest in land, knowing that even now some of our lands are quite expensive? Well, depending on the location, we also know we have some ones that are affordable. So, what advice do you have for those that maybe their income is not as much, millions? That how can they also be benefit from land banking?
Beautiful, and thank you for that very fantastic question. So one of the things I always tell people, life is in phases, men are in sizes, live your size part time, right? And so you need to understand, where am I financially right now? What is my level right now? Okay, how do I understand the phases to my life, right? So if my income is 100,000, my first priority is two types of investment. The first one is to save. The second one is to do mental investment. Right? Mental investment. So that
if your money is not as much.
Yes, okay. If your money is not as much, I'm saving a portion, then I'm using a portion to do mental investment, to understand various sources of investment, various sources of wealth, various things I can use money on, so that when the money becomes bulk, I don't waste it. I don't end up being duped because I went into wrong investment. So I want to save and I want to do mental investment. For example, some of the mental investment you want to do is learning some of these, because there are three types of investment. There's low risk investment, there's mid risk investment, and there's high risk investment. Right? So I'll break that down. Low risk investment always give you very little returns. 2%, 5%, 7% annually on a yearly basis. Because this is also why people now say they dupe them when it comes to investment, because they didn't even understand types of investment. So Macaroni put money into this, they gave him money. You too, I have course. You don't even understand the types of investment and the risk involved. It was just about the fact that somebody else got money and you too want to do your own. For example, people do crypto, they don't even understand what level category is crypto. So you have mid-risk investment. Mid-risk is from 10%, 15% on a year return. Now, high-risk investment, any investment that promises you more than 20% in a year is a high risk. And I'm talking about investment that you are not in control of. You are just putting in your money and you are waiting for return. So a crypto, for example, is a high risk. A forex investment, for example, is a high risk. Now, I'm not saying you should not do it. I'm saying that when you have little in money, save a portion, then use a portion to go and learn, how do I trade forex myself? How do I do crypto myself? How can I invest in real estate? Right? From how can I, even if I don't have money? Another dimension of this, also for those of you say I don't have enough money, is part of that 100,000. You can go and learn how to sell, how to become a skillful realtor, where you're able to sell real estate and earn commission. So you must understand the phases of life you are. Am I at a phase where I have enough capital to invest myself? If I am not, what are the things I can begin to do? They say your network determines your net worth. There are so many of you that you may not even have money, but you know people that have money. And all you need to do is package yourself well, learn, use that 100,000 to go and learn. How do I sell a real estate to somebody? Right? There are trainings on it. There are trainings on how to use digital marketing to sell, how to do Facebook advert, how to do Instagram advert, so that you collect the video of the real estate company, you upload it on your Instagram, you do paid adverts, and people start reaching out to you, say, I want to buy that property I saw on your page, I want to do this. Yeah, so instead of all this Twitter war, every day we are fighting ourselves, social media is a massive tool to make money. People like Macaroni, who have boldness to abuse anybody, it's because he's making money. Hey, if you don't have money and you're abusing people in this country, they will deal with you.
And the police beat me now.
but yours is not like others. Some people are still locked up for months. So it's important to use social media as a tool to build wealth. There's so much you can do. There's so much you can do. So stop saying, but my salary is 50K. There is still a way, right? It's either you currently have money to invest, or you can learn how to, market to people who can afford. I mean, including myself. I wasn't born rich. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had collapsed before I was born. I was even born in the northern part of Nigeria, right? Wow. Without any money. So for those who want to key into that, you can send me a DM at Dr. S. Akintayo, or to the company itself, GTEX Homes. Just say, I want to become, the name is called GTEX and Associates. So just say, I want to become a GTEX and Associate member, or just say, I want to sell for GTEX to earn. Just send a DM message, right? I want to send to GTEX. There's a website we're going to give you. You can sign up for free on that website, and you can join our WhatsApp community, and from there you can begin to earn something for yourself. So just send a DM for that.
Okay, thank you very much. So that's just for emphasis, you're saying if someone is interested in buying a property of maybe 100 million from GTEX, you're saying the person that made that deal possible will have 10 million naira to themselves.
Yes. What? 10 million naira cash. In fact, they can go to our page. They will see screenshot of those who have paid. Wow. Right? It's called GTEX and Associate. We always screenshot. You will see people that have been paid. So this is not stories.
Okay, sir. I saw a question, and I want to ask. I want to help that person to ask. So the person is saying, what of if they are not interested in buying land or house? They just want to drop a certain amount of money, and are expecting return of investments. That if I drop so amount, how much will I see within a duration of time? Is that option available, even for those abroad, those that are not in Nigeria?
Yes. So we've got a lot of people who say to us, Dr. Steven, my house has been bought. I've just ever land issue, it became wahala. I am not interested in buying land again. I will never buy land again. But I believe in what your company is doing. I know you guys, because for example, we are building 25,000 green and smart home between now and the year 2035 in Nigeria.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
yes, which is 200 estates. You have been to, I think, two of the estates. We currently have over 20 estates in Nigeria alone. Abuja, Abeokuta, Ibadan, Asaba. We're opening in Port Harcourt very soon, and Enugu. So we're spreading everywhere. We do in UK and US. So you want to buy a house in Dubai, we also do that. However, there are people who have said, look, I don't want to buy, I just want to invest. So what we did was, number one, we had to start doing training program to help people know, first of all, that the difference between Ponzi scheme and legitimate businesses is usually based on return on investment. So if you are saying I want to get 50% every month, first of all, we don't do that, because a legitimate business needs your money for 1 year to be able to do transaction before they can give you return. So when you are hearing all this and you give me money every month, we are freaking your account, usually is a sign that these are Ponzi scheme. Because how many business can you do in 1 month, right? That immediately you can get return. Someone will say, but forex, but crypto, but it's not stable. Meanwhile, you have promised somebody that guarantee you give them something. This is how eventually many of these businesses that fail, that we all call Ponzi today, they didn't start that way. They didn't plan to become Ponzi. It was that what they were promising were not realistic, right? So before you know it, and then the rest is history. So what we did is to register a cooperative and an investment company in Nigeria that handles that. Okay, and every of the investment goes into expanding our land, as building houses. So we use your money, we build our house, we sell it to our customers, and then part of the profit we make, we give it to you, right? And everybody smile. Now, even if for any reason we cannot give you back your money, part of what we added is to say our land exists. We'll give you land and give you 25% discount. Right? So either way, you are sure that you are safe, right? Because what we are dealing is tangible. And that's one of the things I advise. And please, I know a lot of young people are watching me. For those of you who are doing business in crypto, in forex, please do not run investment programs. Rather run training on crypto, run training on forex. Because if you do investment in crypto, it's not guaranteed. So you promise somebody you will be giving them 15% every month. Guarantee now, Bitcoin has fallen in recent time now. So it's not your fault. Suddenly the thing has crashed. Yes. But your investors will not believe you. They will say you are 419, Otibawa, Barawo, and all of that. So there's certain volatile investment that you should not do investment programs in, right? But in real estate, because we can touch it, if you say, okay, I invested this, where's my money? We will take you and go and show you the land now. You can see the land. I mean, you on Monday, you went, you saw the land. It's not saying the land can't disappear, can't run away. So that's one of, so that opportunity is also available as well for people who want to take advantage of it.
Okay, sir. I will ask you one more question from my own end. Then if I see one more question from the people watching us or listening to us, I will take one more question. You know, I've been seeing a lot of comments. You people, you will see different comments. Yeah, it's serious, but you all are doing well. Don't worry. I can't promise you that I will pick your account, but I will send you all prayers from here.
Okay. But I think you're already freaking their brain. So let them appreciate that.
Let them freaking their brain. Let them drink water. So, sir, you mentioned something when you were talking to me now. Said that you always advise people that if they want to invest in maybe crypto, Bitcoin, all those things, they should invest on training, how to go about it. That they should not just pass and put. You have to train first. You have to learn first. So I want to ask you, sir, what if some people don't also want to take that risk of saying, I want to invest in real estate like that? Even though we know real estate land is something you can see, and what if they are saying they want to undergo a training also to learn how this thing works? Do you have such arrangements?
Yes, I run a mentorship program in real estate for people who even want to become real estate investors. I run the one for people who want to even start their own real estate company as a development company. We run also for those who maybe already have real estate company in Nigeria, but they want to expand to the UK like we have done, or expand to Dubai like we have done. You know, because we have different people. So some people say, I'm already doing well in Nigeria, but I want to expand like Dr. Steven to UK and US. So we have all these various real estate courses and training. Because what I invest and specialize in heavily is more of mentorship, more than just say invest. Can you understand what you are doing? Even for our staff, if you say you want to buy property from us today, for example, we take time to educate you. You know, we call you, we explain to you, you know, gradually, so that because it's not just about, and that's why I'm excited that what we are doing today as well is educating people. It's not just about, you know, come and buy, no, understand what you are doing, understand how real estate works. Someone was also asking question about if it's a registered or a licensed investment program. Like I just told you that we have a registered investment company. We also have a registered cooperative. So for those of you investing, you are a member of the cooperative, and the Nigerian law allows you to invest into the cooperative that you're a member of, right? So everybody who is investing with us, you are investing as a cooperative member. So your registration, your investment also comes with registration, and you get a whole lot of things that registered you. So that cater for and that's a license. Actually, if you're a registered cooperative, you are licensed to be able to take money on behalf of people, invest it, and they get returns. So I've been able to answer that for that person. So I believe what we've done today, and I want to thank Macaroni for this, is we've taken care of everybody. Yes. Right? The people who don't have money, this is what to do. Those of you who have money, this is what to do. So everybody is taken care of. I have money and I'm ready to invest in real estate. I just need a guide. We already told you what to do. I don't have money at all. Okay, send a DM, right? And say, I don't have money, but I want to do real estate. We also have, we are working in the next 5 years for 100,000 of you who don't have money at all, but you want to start making money from real estate. And as you are not getting your commission, you will not start investing now. And let me say this, right? I started this way myself. So when I finished Osu, I told you guys, I finished from Osu, no job. I printed CV, nobody employed me. One of the opportunities I got was that if I sell properties, I'll get commission. So what I did was I started selling real estate for companies, and they were now giving me commission. It was part of my commission that I used to start buying my first set of land. Right? And from there, today, we are now our own company, and we're a development company, and God has blessed us, and we cannot shout to the glory of God.
Fantabulous. So I have just, I hope people can see my pinned message.
I'm so proud of how God has used me to mentor so many people in the real estate sector. I had one of my mentees. She met me when she was 24. She's now 29. She's a girl. She's single. And when she met me, you know, she didn't have a job. I said, start by selling real estate. And she came I told her, come for one of our seminars. Today, not only has she made money, she has 7 plots of land in her name. 7 at 29.
Wow.
7. Wow. From the commission she has been making, she herself started buying her own land, and she's bought one for her mom. So I can go on
and one for me too.
So I can go on and on several people that God has used us to help in the area of, who were just young people. They just finished school to struggling, but they started. I said, okay, I will start. By the way, let me also say this is not get quick scheme. This is not I start selling property today and I will make money tomorrow. You have to be consistent.
This is not a Ponzi scheme. This is not to bring 50,000 and collect 500,000 next week.
No,
it's not Ponzi. So, we don't endorse Ponzi over here.
So it's very important that you know that. Even Mr. Macaroni, before we did this video, we had to work together. I said, go and see some of our estates so that you see for yourself, right? Exactly. Some of what we are doing. And you can see that these things are real, and it's very important that you know that. And also for young people who want to join the mentorship, the brokerage. You want to become a broker, you earn by selling for us. No, that is also not an overnight thing. You have to be consistent, you have to be patient. Surulere is very important. One of the things people keep saying. I remember a very top person in Nigeria was in my office. Said, Stephen, show us of our young people. Some boy, you easy no. You worked hard for where you are today. It's taking you 13 years to be where you are. I hope they know. I hope they are listening. And I believe you guys are listening. Right?
Yes.
You can make it, but it takes a process. It's not get quick. It's not today. If you make it gra, you will disappear gra. Aha. Yes.
So you are doing well. So this is 1 minute to 6. So sir, conclusively, I would just want you to give us final words in a few seconds. And also, some people have also been asking that, what if they just want to buy land? What should they do? Do they just reach out to GTEX Homes? And how do they go about it? Some people want to buy land. Then finally, but this is about me. For those of you that have been asking, why am I wearing my agbada? I'm shooting fame. We are doing our content. So, but because this life is very important to me, I have to leave what I'm doing to do it. So leave me on my agbada alone. So over to you, sir.
Okay. So you guys should leave Fiki Daddy alone, please.
In fact, I'll pay for it because I'm giving you free show.
Exactly. Free information. A lot of you are learning something new. Some of you will become millionaires from what you have learned today. Some of you become land bankers. Some of the land you will buy today will be worth hundreds of millions tomorrow for some of you. So you should thank Freaky Daddy for doing this. For those of you who want to buy land today, you can reach out to our GTEX Homes on Instagram. Just go right there and DM. Or you can still reach out to me directly at Dr. S. Akintayo, or still send me that same WhatsApp message. But let me warn you today, our lands are not cheap. Oh. We do not do deposit 100,000. You will get a cow. You will get rice. We don't do it.
Honesty for me. It is the like how you are straightforward with this.
No, I have to say it. Oh. We don't do that. Oh. The cheapest of our property is 5 million. When we do pre-launch, we give opportunity for people to do 2.5, which was why I said if you don't have up to at least 5 million, maybe you shouldn't bother, because and I don't want to begin to mention other companies that is not my own. You go and do business with them, something goes wrong, you say, but I was the one that referred you, right? So we are not cheap in any way, with due respect. And the reason why we are not cheap is because there are few real estate companies that will come on Instagram like this, okay, and do show and talk like this. Very few that the MD will come this way. Very few companies, right? Very few companies, and Macaroni knows what I'm talking about. Very few companies will do that. Okay, and the reason we can do that is because we have not spoiled our name. Yes. And the reason we didn't spoil our name is also that we charge well and we make sure we are able to deliver well.
Bam. So there's no what you are showing our people is there's no story with their land.
Exactly, no story. You are investing with GTEX, there's no story, and that's what the reputation we've built over time. People were asking us, say, how come you have you guys are now, by the way, in Dubai, we are not selling Nigerian property in Dubai. If you come to our Dubai office, we own the largest African hub. If you come to our Dubai office, you can't be asking us for a Nigerian property. It's Dubai property we do in Dubai. If you go to our London office, it's London property we do in London, not Nigeria. Right? Wow. And people kept asking, how did you grow that way? It was people, because 95% of our customers are in diaspora, they are not in Nigeria. Because when we realize that for us to stay on integrity, we will need to be charging more, and many of our people back at home can't afford it. We then say, let's focus on diaspora markets, right? These people can afford it, but they are looking for trusted companies. For example, if you buy property from GTEX, we will send all your documents to you anywhere in the world. You don't need third parties. That one came when people started telling us their brother collected the document on their behalf only to go and resell it to somebody else, and they never got their land. Blood brother. People have been swindled all manner. So we said, no third party. You buy property, we will send your document to you anywhere in the world. We're also the first company to start partnering with DHL to do that. We're also one of the first company that run 247 CRM. So you can Google GTEX Homes. The customer service, if you call us 2 a.m., somebody will pick. And you can try it today. Call the office 3 a.m. in the morning, Nigerian time, someone will pick. You can Google GTEX Homes or go to GTEX Home DM. There are team who work in different offices we have all over the world. And they are ready to attend to you, take good care of you, respond to what you need. We have an amazing team. We're over 300 staff, about over 100 are administrative staff. The rest are, workers on sites, on various sites that we have. Feel free to reach out.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, sir. Personally, I've learned a lot. I also want to believe a number of people on the live video that we're not waiting to see Freaky behind me. I've learned something. So thank you so much. Once again, I would say, need more information, any inquiries, just go to at GTEX Homes. And our CEO has given the leverage. He has said that even if you want to reach out to him on his personal handle at Dr. S. Akintayo, he will respond to you. You can do that. So thank you so much, guys. You can also Google GTEX Homes on Google itself and get more information. In all, what you are saying is, before you choke leg into anything, open your eyes and know for yourself that confirm. You understand?
It's always important that we emphasize that. In fact, I always say this, that don't come and meet me and say, how can I trust your company? Don't do that. That doesn't show intelligence. Do your own research by yourself, right? Google, check the people who are promoting anything. And aside even real estate, this should be general, because a lot of our people want to ban you, but we ourselves don't do our research, right? Because somebody came on the show, or a company is everywhere online. Do your own research before you invest in any organization. Ask questions. Try to understand exactly, right, what you are trying to dabble into. One of these days also we'll come either on this show or another show and discuss on land and documentations, right? Because this is also another aspect people have gone to trouble and have issues.
Yes, that will be very important.
Yes, because when you were in my office, I remember you asking me that as well.
Yes.
What are the types of land? What are the different documents on land? So one of these days will come, and that's just the topic. Different types of land, documentation, understanding land documentation. We'll come and do this hopefully one of these days by grace of God.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So guys, you have heard it all. Land banking, this special edition is land banking secrets with Dr. S. Akintayo, and I want to believe there are a lot of secrets that have been shared here that some other would not even tell you, but because there's nothing to hide, we want everybody to know. Personally, I don't like to hide things, so we want everybody to see what we're doing. You see that there's no mago there. That's why you do I have done my due diligence. You too, you do your own and be sure. So I have also said that it's not about money. It's not about that you are bringing your money today. If you don't have money and you genuinely want to learn one or two things, send a message to GTEX Homes, send a message to Dr. S. Akintayo and tell them that you don't have much, but you are willing to market for GTEX Homes and see that you even earn commission. If you have up to 5 million naira or 10 million naira and you want to learn, you want to start this thing, this investment of a thing, and you want Dr. S. Akintayo himself to put you through, please send a message to that WhatsApp number and have a quick chat.
Thank you. God bless you. And regards to all your freaky freakies. Bye bye.
No problem. You are doing well, sir.